Jerome Kowalski has been tried and convicted for the murders of his brother and sister-in-law, sitting behind bars for 9 years, largely by his own confession. But now there is a bombshell development that some say could change everything, and it has nothing to do with the murders. It's an explosive revelation about the lead detective in the case, and the judge who sentenced Jerome Kowalski to life. The judge and the cop were lovers.
What she told us was that Judge Brennan admitted to her that she had kissed Officer Furlong.
Now the question, did their romance affect the outcome of the trial?
Whether he is guilty or he is innocent, I think he has been denied the most fundamental of our rights.
And now, will it be the judge herself in the hot seat of the law?
And is that a crime here in Michigan?
It absolutely would be a crime. Judge Brennan was more than full of herself. She really enjoyed the power that she had.
He claims the judge he once supported changed after putting on the black robe.
Judges actually do become to believe that they're just a little bit better than you and I.
But Kaiser, who didn't represent Jerome Kowalski, claims it was nothing personal when in 2013 he tried to get Judge Brennan to recuse herself from the double murder trial, claiming she couldn't be impartial.
What I knew was that there was just too much contact. The rumor also was that they were having a relationship.
He's talking about her rumored affair with the lead detective in the case, Detective Sean Furlong, the man who got Jerome's fate-sealing confession.
When did you finally get Judge Brennan to admit the affair?
We had admissions that she had made to others, so I knew where we were going.
4 years later, Jerome Kowalski was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Judge Brennan's husband filed for divorce and hired Tom Kaiser as his lawyer.
I think I was also hired because there was the belief that I would have the willingness, if you will, to ask the tough questions.
As part of the divorce proceedings, Tom Kaiser was allowed to depose Judge Brennan and Detective Furlong. Both admitted to an affair.
The question will always be, and we will never know, because I don't know that the honesty will ever come in there, the date when the sex started is the only issue.
The couple claims they started having sex months after the trial in late 2013. But during her sworn deposition, a close friend of the judge said the two locked lips long before that.
But what she told us was that Judge Brennan admitted to her that she had kissed Officer Furlong on about her Judge Brennan's 50th birthday, which would have been in about 2008.
But in 2013, Judge Brennan had refused to recuse herself from the Kowalski trial, claiming she and Furlong were just friends.
To me, this kiss established intimacy.
As her husband's divorce attorney, Kaiser also now had the judge's cell phone records.
And what did the phone records reveal?
Well, they revealed 231 calls for the 13 months prior to the trial between Furlong and the judge for over 1,147 minutes.
Phone records also show the two talked 3 times during the trial and 34 more times between the verdict and sentencing.
You would think that a judge in a capital murder case would at least have the, I think integrity is the right word, the integrity to stay away from her friend while the trial is pending until the sentence is rendered. But she is unable to do that.
How do you think this relationship between Detective Furlong and Judge Brennan affected Jerome Kowalski's case?
I think his right to due process and to equal protection of the law has been denied to him.
Tom Kaiser says it's possible that Judge Brennan's relationship affected her ruling, which allowed Jerome Kowalski's confession to be used as evidence in the trial.
The judge had to rule upon the credibility of the detective. Did they ever have pillow talk about that in any of their trysts before he testified? I don't know. Did she have such an affection for him that she determined his credibility was better than the credibility of the defendant who was claiming this was not voluntarily given?
So Judge Brennan allows the testimony of Furlong, who elicited that confession, but Same judge doesn't allow the defense to bring their own expert witness on that confession.
That's exactly correct.
Kaiser believes that is what ultimately led to Jerome's conviction.
Certainly, had she ruled the other way, that this expert or experts could have testified, could have turned this whole confession upside down and could very well have led to an acquittal of this defendant.
We tracked down Detective Sean Furlong, and he would not comment on the affair. Michigan State Police recently searched the judge's home and courthouse, seizing computers and other items. The Judicial Commission is also investigating.
I think they're investigating potentially to see what other connections, maybe with Furlong, maybe other cases involving Furlong. I think they're also, when they took the computers, I think they're looking at things that she might have erased from the computers or had her staff erase from the computers that dealt with personal items and personal things and misuse of public resources for personal gain.
And is that a crime here in Michigan?
It absolutely would be a crime.
Our Detroit affiliate WXYZ attempted to get the judge's side of the story.
Man, can we talk to you for a minute?
Crime Watch Daily also reached out to Judge Brennan by phone, but got no response. She has yet to comment on the state police investigation and has never been charged with any wrongdoing. For now, she remains on the bench, hearing cases in Livingston County, Michigan. As Jerome Kowalski continues to sit in a cell, he tells us in a phone interview he's the only suspect police ever looked at after their initial interviews and the confession.
But I don't feel sorry for her. She created her own mess, you know. You know, like they say, karma will catch up with you.
Jerome Kowalski has filed appeals that have been denied all the way to the Michigan State Supreme Court. In light of the affair, attorneys for Kowalski are now working on filing a motion for a new trial. Attorney Tom Kaiser believes he deserves one.
I believe in the jury. I believe a jury that hears all the facts and has an impartial judge sitting on the bench and no influence over the jury, no influence over what's led up to the jury trial. I think they will make the right decision.
That's what Jerome Kowalski and his son Jared are hoping for, if they get another day in court.
It is time to get him out. It is time.